So come and save my planet. Come and save my planet from me.
Furnishing your treehouse can be just as much fun as building it, and since we did such a great job using salvaged wood and scraps to build the miniature treehouse, it only makes sense that we furnish it in the same fashion. And we're going to start by creating these very cool rustic residents for our treehouse. That way the kids have some imaginative friends that they can visit and hang with. They're a lot of fun to build, and to create them we are using branches and nuts or pods. And we're going to create the body first, and you're going to need a couple of different sized branches. You're going to need one that's a little bit larger in diameter, about 1/2 inch around, and then one that's smaller, about 1/4 inch around. And we're going to use the larger branch to create the body. And I'm going to cut off a section here that's about 2.5 inches long. And now we're going to go to our smaller branch, and we're going to cut off the sections that we need for our arms. And those need to be, you need 4 of them that are about 1 inch long. And you just make all of these cuts using a nice sharp pair of pruners. And then you're going to need 4 more pieces for the legs, and we're cutting these to be about 1.5 inches long. So just a little bit longer than the arms. There. And we're going to connect our pieces using steel wire. So what I'm going to do is drill some holes through the center of these logs on the arms and the legs. And I'm going to secure them in a vise. You don't want to hang on to them while you're drilling through them. You could also use a drill press if you like, but I'm just using a small, I have a 1/16 inch drill bit in my little Dremel tool here. And I'm going to drill all the way through the center. And you're going to want to drill a hole lengthwise down the center of all 8 of your arm and leg pieces. And then the next thing you're going to do is take your body, we're going to put that in our vise, and we're going to put it on its side. Because what we're going to do now is drill the hole for the wire for the arms and the legs. We're going to do that first before we put our head and everything on. And you can see I'm drilling my holes about 1/2 inch from each end. And I need to drill one more hole at the top of our body so we can attach our head. And I'm going to use the same drill bit. And I'm just drilling a little ways down, about 1/4 inch. I don't want to go all the way down to where I drilled those armholes. And I like to put my head on first, so I'm going to get a small wire nail. I'm just going to pound that nail in a little bit. There we go. You don't want to go down too far. You're going to interfere with running your wire through there. So just a little ways. Then we're going to take our wood glue and either a nut or a pod. You can use acorns, buckeyes. I have a nice little pod here that I've already drilled a hole in. Some of your pods you may even be able to just kind of poke it through. I'm going to put a little bit of wood glue on there to secure it. You don't want a wobbly head. There we go. And then we're going to finish it off with an acorn hat. You can embellish these however you like. And to attach that, I'm using some hot glue. And you want to use a good quality hot glue so that everything stays together nicely. Nothing more frustrating than having all of your things fall apart on you. There we go. Now we're ready to put the arms and legs on. And we're going to connect it using some steel wire. I like using steel wire because it's very durable. It holds its shape nicely. And I cut about 6 inches of wire for the arms and about 8 inches for the legs. We're going to have some excess, but we'll trim that back when we're done stringing our logs on. Just want to make sure that you have plenty to work with, but not too much. Okay. And you're just going to run your wire through your armhole. And you want to use one solid piece of wire. And then you'll start stringing your arm pieces on. These again are the shorter ones that are about 1 inch long. Put the ones on the other side. And then to hold that wire in place, you're just going to take a pair of round nose pliers and curl over the end. So we'll do one end, just like that. Pull it tight, and then do the other end. There we go. See? Now you can move those arms. They're bendable. Now we're going to do the same thing with our legs. They're a longer piece of wire. And these I just fold so they go straight down. And we use our longer branches. We'll trim off our excess and curl over our ends. Hold all that in place. There. You can see how you can bend the legs and the arms nicely. That way they'll sit good on some of the furniture that you build. You can embellish them even further by dressing them up with some leaves or flowers, maybe paint some faces on them. Now when it comes to the furnishings for your tree house, you really want to challenge yourself with using materials that are naturally found outside. You could even throw in maybe some of your everyday trash items or other recyclables. And these tree houses and all of their contents and the rustic residents, they're meant to be left outside year round. So all of these materials are perfect for that. And you can change things out throughout the year. It's meant to be an ongoing activity. It gets the kids outside and gives them something fun to do. And it's tough to say who will have more fun with it, you or the kids.
Be my girl of mystery. So come and save my planet. Come and save my planet from me. Come and save my planet. Be my girl of mystery.
Be Organic will be back in a jiffy, so keep it here.